life and be happy as it's comfortable, it's familiar. I know I'm not living the life that I want. I know I'm not making all the money that I want, but I'm familiar and I'm comfortable. And I feel safe. And see, safety is dangerous because we have an instinct to be safe. And there's two kinds of safe. There's the kind of safe where you're walking down the street and it's 12 o'clock at night and you're by yourself and you see two shadowy figures, you can't even make out their faces, and they're walking and something's hanging from the side that's kind of shiny, you can't really see what it is, and they're walking like this towards you. And you sense it because you got about 100 yards, you can see them, but they're not super close, but you can see them, you see this thing shining, and there's a safety thing that kicks in, you're like, oh, this might be dangerous. I see somebody walking, I'm just going to turn and go this way. Because there's more people over here, there's a crowd. Oh, there's a cop car, I'm going to walk towards that cop car. That's called common sense safety. Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's another kind of safety switch that kicks in, though. It's when you get exposed to a new idea. It's when someone shares a new concept with you. It's when someone challenges you to think beyond your current circumstances, to dare, to dream bigger than maybe you ever have in your entire life. Now you're like, you have the same reaction to the two menacing figures coming at you. You have the same reaction to greater possibility as you do to imminent danger. And you do the exact same thing. Walk the other way. I don't want any part of that. That's success. I don't want none of that. Isn't that crazy? This is what people do. My thought is this. What's the worst that can happen? Like, really? I end up in a room full of awesome people in Israel. I have relationships that will be with me for the rest of my life because of this idea, because I said yes to greater possibility. I've made a ton of mistakes, but I've learned so much in a short period of time. And I can tell you this, from a 4-year degree, I have an honors degree from Morehouse. I have a terminal master's degree from Yale University. Can't go get any higher than what I got. That's 7 years of schooling. I've studied in Oxford. I've studied in St. Petersburg in Russia. And I am telling you right now, what I have learned in a 2-year period in this idea is 10 times more potent and valuable to my life experience than what it took me 7 years to accumulate in a formal education model. What's the worst that can happen? You expand your possibilities. See, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life who you are. If you come into a presentation or an event like this, and you're kind of sitting there, and you're like, yeah, what do they got to show me? Yeah, I've seen these things before. Everybody's all happy. What's wrong with these people? If this is how you are, this is what you're going to get in life. This is what you get. There's an interesting proverb. It says, to he who has, he will be given more. To he who hath not, even that which he hath will be taken away. Okay? So, whose cup is this?
I don't know.
I need an empty cup. Give me an empty one. Is that empty one? This one empty? So that bothered me. That idea bothered me because I was like, wait a minute. So you're saying if I have, then I'm going to get more? But the person over here that doesn't have, even what he has is going to be taken away? That's not fair. Bothered me. I had to meditate on that for a while. I was like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Why is that? And then I understood something. See, when your cup is right side up, you can receive. And as you receive, you can do one of two things. You can, pour some out to make room for more. And when you pour out, what you're doing is you're pouring into someone else. You have some of that. You're pouring into somebody else. Because you got something that's good, right? And now guess what? There's room for more. To him that hath, more will be given. Right? Because your cup is runneth over. My cup runneth over. So you're pouring out. Now, to him that hath not. Because a lot of people are walking around with the same cup, but it's turned upside down. They can't receive anything. They can't get anything new in terms of their life experience. And even that which they have is going to be taken away because they are living in lack and limitation and low expectation. And when you think like that, you're going to get more and more of that in your life over and over and over again because your cup is upside down. How many of y'all know people that walk around with their cups upside down? Mm-hmm. Those that didn't raise your hand, you the one. No, I'm just kidding. So, being mindful of that is important. Because it's really the only way that you're going to progress. I look at this idea, it's like a vehicle. I'm not into you'll never hear me say that World Ventures is the greatest company in the world. I'm not going to say that. I think that's foolish. It's arrogant. I think it's a simple vehicle to get you from point A to point B a lot faster than whatever vehicle you're driving now. Now, I do think that we have some of the most amazing people in the world. I do think we have some of the best leadership and training in the world because I've been exposed to a lot of different training events and models, if you will. So I've seen a lot of what people consider to be the best, and I'm very confident that we're up there with anyone else that you can point out that's doing this thing at a high level in terms of training and leadership and development and quality people. Mm-hmm. See, the room that you're sitting in, again, if you're a guest, you actually have access right now to some very, very high caliber, successful, quality people. If I were you, I'd take advantage of that. Because it doesn't matter what you do for your career, what you're here for in terms of your life, whatever your purpose is. Here's what I am 100% certain about. Whatever you allow yourself to experience in this world here will have a dramatic, positive impact on your world out there. No matter what you do. Mm-hmm. See, you can be a part of this idea, and maybe you don't want to make $1 million a year. Maybe you just want to make a few hundred. I don't know. But I do know this, the value proposition in terms of what you get in training and information for your life development is invaluable. You cannot put a price tag on it. That is why I can go and speak to anyone, I don't care who you are, with 100% confidence about this concept. So, this experience, it's been 4 years that I've been building this idea. And once I made a decision to build it, it was exciting for me because I was like, all right, I've never done this before. It's a whole different animal. And I'm loving the learning. Even the losses and the hits that I took along the way, and I still take along the way, I enjoy every second of it. I got my first $20 check because I signed someone up. And I got it in the mail. And I was so excited. I took that $20 check and I put it on the refrigerator and I put 2 zeros next to it. 2,000 was going to be my next goal. I just wanted to make $2,000 a month. Now, if you're a guest in this room and you have a job or something, you have a career, raise your hand. Okay, great. Now, to my guests in the room, in terms of how much money you make, are you able to double, triple, quadruple that in the next 12 months with your current job? Anybody say yes? Raise your hand if it's a yes. Quadruple it. Any yeses? Can you quadruple it? You can. Tell me how. What do you do?
I got a car. Growing.
Well, what do you do, ma'am? What do you do? What she said?
Walking and
You're working with babies. Oh, so you have like a child care service? How do you quadruple your income in the next 12 months?
She brings more kids.
What does that mean? How though? Like, how do you do it? How do you earn 4 times the amount of money you're making right now in the next 12 months? How do you do that in child care? Okay. She just said, I think it's impossible. Okay? Now watch this. Because most vehicles that we're driving can't do that. Most financial vehicles that we drive, whether it's a job, I don't care if you have your own child care service, if you're a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, there's only 24 hours in a day and there's only one of you. There's only so much mileage you can get out of that. So here's why I got excited, because I said, here's my first $20 check. One day it's going to be $2,000. Bless you. It's going to be $2,000 a month, one day. If I just keep showing this idea, if I just keep expanding it, because I knew it was going beyond myself. So even though to the outside world, $20? You been in this thing for 3 weeks and all you made is $20? You can work a job at McDonald's for 3 weeks and make more than that. I was like, but you don't understand. It's compound. It's going to grow over time. Listen, you have 2 degrees. You have a master's from Yale. You are earning $12,000 an hour as a speaker. And you talking about $20? What is wrong with you? I was like, Mom, be patient. I know it sounds crazy. I know it doesn't look right. I know everything, every fiber in your being is saying, this is wrong, it doesn't make sense. I get it. Just trust me on this one. Just trust me on this one. She didn't want to trust me. She was very upset. She started calling my friends. I think there's something wrong with him.